Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Adel, Samantha Perry with you on a picture-perfect day here in Hollandale Beach. And you can see all three of our surfaces. They're not all in play yet, but we're gearing up, and that turf course is looking good. We got a fast main track. We've got the Tapeta as well. Happy to have you aboard, and we've got a 9-race card with Rainbow Six. That's a big pool yesterday.
It is, and this is a good card today, too.
It
Could be tricky. Excited to see what you did with your ticket.
You know what I did with my ticket, and we'll just take a look at the graphic now. It kicks off in race number 4. You know what I did with my ticket? I had to narrow it way down because when I initially sent it to the boys upstairs, it was
like 100 something,
right? It was $144. You narrowed it down to 57.60. We'll show it to you in a second. I lost my long shot today, and unfortunately, and that was the first race of the Rainbow Six Peach Cobbler. But well, we got some prices to be sure today, and we'll look back on yesterday's card as well. Armstrong makes it 3 for 3 on the Tapeta, winning the Bears Den, and some 2-year-olds in action yesterday too. But let's get to the opener here. Early pick 5 time in this opener on the Tapeta. We go 1 mile and 70. These are $25,000 maiden claimers. We'll take a look at my ticket. As Samantha has said time and time again, these early pick 5s have been paid very, very handsomely. The pools have been very large. We'll go 4 deep here in the opener. Back-to-back singles for me. Wicked Genius in race 2, and then Forever Uncaptured is going to be a really short number in race 3. And then you can see a 3x4 double to get out of this sequence. Again, I scratch out. I lost my top pick in race 4 of Peach Cobbler. I scratch into Traverse, who probably will be a short number in there. In race number 5, that is state-bred 2-year-olds going at it. And we'll show you the replay of Dancing in Dixie, La Mirada, and Miss Saley. I do have the 4 Dancing in Dixie on top on a $24 play. A couple scratches in the opener of the 6 Marigold in the 8 Appear. Again, $25,000 maiden claimers. You land on the 7 Sunroof. You got a stat for Safi. I just didn't want to take a short number.
I agree, and it will be, even with the scratches, even more so. First start with trainer, made it special weights, made it claiming, 5 for 15, 33%, $2.97 ROI. That kind of surprised me a little bit. And the in the money rate was like 63, I think, 63%. Okay. So if this horse is not winning, he's hitting the board for sure.
Okay.
I get your hesitation. It's a long layoff here.
Yeah. I mean, it's just worrisome to me. This horse ran in graded stakes races and maiden special weight. Now you can have her for a quarter. Maybe at the end of the day, that's what she is. It's not like he's completely giving her away. She's not at the bottom, but I just didn't want a short number. You have a line that I like. You say, you know, when a horse tries a new surface for the first time, sometimes it's their best effort. Yeah. I think we got that with Dude Fooling Darling, the 5 horse. You see the race last time.
Oh, yeah.
She got onto the Tapeta, and she blew way up figure-wise, and I'm just going to take it for what it's worth, and maybe she pops right back at a much, much better price.
Exactly.
Than a horse that'll be odds on.
Yeah, and that's what you're trying to get, right? This is a horse that fits very well in this. So she's drawn well in this spot here now with just one to her outside, and Marco Meneses jumps aboard. He's familiar with her, too. He rode her 2 times at Tampa.
Yeah, exactly. The 1 Starship Sigram is another maiden special weight dropper for Steve Dwoskin. She just has not done a lot of running in 3 starts.
No, I'm just hoping that the drop-in class is going to be the winning move here.
It's a big one. And I'm going to use all of them. You could, my ticket was 24. If you really like the favorite, you got a $6 ticket. You could punch 5 or 6 times.
You could, yeah.
I don't think she's going to drift much off that 1 to 5 price, to be honest with you. And we'll try to beat her.
Yeah.
On top, early pick 4 time in race number 2. We go 1 mile and a 16th on the Tapeta here. 3-year-olds are 4 and up, which have never won 3 races. A tag 12-5 down to 10. And Miss Samantha's got the ticket. We'll take a look at it now.
I do, and I like these sequences today. I'm spreading in this spot here. Race number 3, the 4 on top for me, my long shot of the day. How about that? And in race number 4, it's a spread race. I still may not have the winner, even though I'm going 4 deep, but the 3 on top for me, Traverse for Laura Cesares. And in race 5, my best bet of the day, I'm going to need this horse very badly, La Mirada. For Antonio Sano, Marco Meneses. We'll show the replay of that. It's $16 for me. Tricky one to get it going, too, Brian.
Yeah, I don't disagree at all. We'll take a look at it here. Field of 8, and you land on the 2, No Angel, Safi, Ken Ramsey, Edgar Zayas. You get ace connections here.
Big time. This horse is 9 to 5 on the line. I don't disagree with it. It's hard for me to take short prices like this on the Tapeta, but fresh legs, first time 2 turns, I think this is a good spot.
Yeah, I mean, this is clearly this horse is a major, major player. We
Yep.
are stretching out to 2 turns. I didn't necessarily know what to make of it, but the odd thing is that all this horse has done is sprint. And you look
Yeah.
at his pedigree, and he's by a Derby winner out of a Breeders' Cup Classic winner on the bottom of the pedigree, Cat Thief. So it is certainly in there, and in Safi we trust, and these are connections that like to win races. So,
Definitely.
he's a big player in here. I just thought Wicked Genius was probably just better than this group. I singled them. It's one or the other probably, like you said. You want
Yeah.
to go 5 or 6 deep in here, or you rip the Band-Aid off with a single. I just felt at the end of the day, Wicked Genius, to quote Pete's line upstairs, he's just too much racehorse for these guys.
He might be. And what I do like about this horse, too, is he's going from the mile and 70 to the mile and a 16th. And although that might seem minuscule, it really, it makes a difference.
Yeah,
And
no,
I think
there's
he
no doubt.
needs every bit of that. You look at his races, a mile and an 8th, a mile and a 16th. I just think that he kind of fits this longer distance
No,
a bit
I agree.
better.
Kent Sweezy picked up a W yesterday. Good to see, and you were starting to see his horses back in the entry box
Yeah.
as he summers up there on the shore. But good to see Kent, one of the guys we like down here. Sun Viking for you, trying to break up a chalky exacta, though.
Yeah, I think this horse is really interesting from the rail. Jose Garofalo, although hasn't made a very strong impression right now in the Sunshine meet,
Right.
that doesn't bother me too much because he did have, I thought, a sneaky good
sure did.
Royal Palm meet, although the statistics don't show. But you look back at this horse's 2-turn races on the Tapeta, not so much the 1-2 back, but
No.
I'm talking earlier in the year.
They were okay.
Or at the end of last year, yeah, they fit here. Hector Diaz Jr., I mean, I harp on this guy a lot, but
Yep.
that was a solid ride he gave that maiden for Kelly Breen yesterday.
Oh, boy, absolutely.
Yeah.
Gutted it out, and, he basically dragged that horse home. It was a really, really good effort, and he is a sharp guy.
Yeah.
Sun Viking down inside, too. I think that might help save a little ground
Yes.
as well. Race number 3, we go 6 furlongs on a fast main track. Beautiful day out here. These are 12-5 maiden claimers. We are going to have a couple scratches in here. The 3, Schnooky Ryan, and the 7, My First Date, are out. So
Yeah.
we'll have a field of 7 in here, and you land on the, this is your long shot.
It is.
And I went back and watched this replay, too, because I certainly had the note on it as well. Boy, you want to talk about having no chance whatsoever.
Yeah, and we'll show it to you. And
Yep.
it's hard to see because we just, at that moment, got a crazy rainstorm come through. So we've got the how about that is the 5 in this spot here. Broke good, just sitting there. You've got the white blinkers, white shadow roll, the 5 horse there. Gets bumped around a little bit once on by the 4, kind of bumps into the 7 horse, and now just watch this. And I know it's hard to see, but all of a sudden you see, boom, this horse. It was almost the nose in the
Yeah.
Tapeta. You don't have a shot after that. It's hard. You can't even really, the rest of the race is kind of hard to watch, but the horse just got around there. Ron Spatz, this is a barn that she was trying 2 turns for the first time and the Tapeta for the first time. She has the fitness under her. He gave her a little bit of time. She's in for the 12-5. I'm not saying she's some world beater, but Edwin Gonzalez stays aboard. I think she's got talent, but she obviously didn't get to show it at all last time.
Well, here's the other good thing about her. Her best race by far was the only time she was on dry land in fast main track. I mean, it was on debut for 50. So the other thing I like, too, when you're talking about a long shot, and you see I put this out there all the time in my bullet points, you've got one horse to beat. That's it. You have no other horse.
And not very trustworthy,
Not
too.
very trustworthy at all. Forever Uncaptured is 3-5 on the morning line, is every bit of that on paper. 2 scratches now. She could be 1-5 in here. I did pick her. She's 0 for 10 with 5 seconds.
Yeah, and when you see that replay with How About That, she breaks from the gate decent enough. So I get they're going 6 furlongs, but still, I think that she's got a little bit of speed. And yeah, what Forever Uncaptured does, can she take them all the way?
Yeah.
She certainly hasn't before, and it seems like she gets headed. She just...
I think there's a reason
It's a
she's
wall.
run second 5 times.
Exactly.
So 3 down, 6 to go. When we come back, it's rainbow time. $100,000 in the gross jackpot guarantee. The pool will be a lot higher than that. Tough sequence as well. Stay tuned.
And they're off. My racehorse has opened up a door for people that felt like that door would have never been opened for them.
We can all be owners and we can all get that excitement.
You can meet your horse through the different experiences and all of the events that My Racehorse puts together. You get that hands-on connection.
Whether you have $50 or $500, everyone that joins My Racehorse gets that experience of a lifetime.
I love My Racehorse. Let's go.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian and Samantha with you. Race number 4 kicks off the Rainbow 6, $100,000 in the gross jackpot guarantee. We'll go 5.5. That's snappy 5.5 on the Tapeta here. Fillies 3-year-old or 4 and up, which have never won 3 races. We do have a scratch of the 1. It was significant for me.
Yeah.
Peach Cobbler at a nice price for Cheryl Weinbaum. Maybe we'll see that one a little later. Good to see Cheryl back in the entry box here as well. Let's take a look at my ticket. As I said at the start, it is not an easy sequence.
No.
Best bet is all the way at the end. That helps me. Otherwise, this is huge. I had it at $1.44. I scaled it down. Race number 5. We'll show you that replay of the gang is kind of all here. But I'm going to go with Dancin' and Dixie, who, you know, I guess we'll say ran poorest of all those runners out of that race. But I'll talk to you a little bit there. Katie's Dream Girl's going to be tough in race 6. If you need a single, she might be it. I think we can now. Well, I think she's back on her form again, and she certainly wants to route on the Tapeta in race number 7. The top pick is the 4. 11 makes sense for me. In race number 8, the top pick is the 6, Kygo, and we'll show you a replay there. He might be an interesting, we'll call him a newcomer, because we haven't seen him here in a little bit. And then my best bet of the day, we talked about it the other day, Victor Barboza off the claim with a speed horse, Lost City straight to the hoop for me.
All right.
Yep. 57.60. I needed that single at the end, so that plays well for me. The pick 4 is a lot lighter for me. We'll take a look now at race 4, and I'll let you lead it because, unfortunately, like I said, I lost my long shot in here, Peach Cobbler, who I thought was interesting. So I do scratch into Traverse. Traverse is probably, she's got to be a strong favorite in here, I would think. I mean, she has never been in a group like this.
Right. And really quickly to back up your pick 6, the nightcap yesterday you hit as well with your best
did.
bet, 3-1. Just wanted to
My
throw that
long
out there.
shot.
Your long shot, yeah. Average shot.
Mary Leitner, Edgar
Edgar
Zayas.
Zayas.
You've been warned.
Yeah, but not always, because there was a race with them earlier in the day. It wasn't any good.
Okay, but they're like 30%.
Okay, that's fair enough. I'll give you that. It was a good job.
Thank you.
Anyway, a win is a win, so pay attention to this.
I got a
guy
little
here.
help, by the way, by the horse on the outside that just refused to go by.
That's true. You did. Still, we'll take what we can get here.
That's right.
Traverse. Yeah, this is a mare. What a cool horse.
Yep.
Over $300,000. And those were not stake races. She's doing it the hard way. A little bit of an iron horse here. The last time she was on the Tapeta, Fulminate was a strong runner that day. Edgar Zayas gets back aboard. That was much stronger competition in Colonial. This seems like a good spot for her.
Yeah, yes, she's going to be favored in here, and
Yes.
she's going to be significantly
Yeah.
and heavily favored in here because this is a group. If now, maybe she's off her game a little bit. We don't know that. We haven't seen her in for a tag before. If Traverse shows up, she'll wallop a group like this. I don't think there's any doubt about it. Number 2, Sonicus is now second off the claim here, and we get Jaramillo aboard as well. I'm still trying to I'd like him to see him break a little bit. She's had trouble breaking the last 2 starts.
Yeah, but you look that race that she was coming out of. We'll get to see these horses later. I'm a big fan of Lily Bear and David's Rose, Big Band Louisiana. The gang is all here. This is a much world's softer race for her.
Yeah, no doubt.
But the rail and with the braking
She's
slow,
inside again
could
now.
be a problem.
Yeah, I think it is a big problem for her as well. We both have some interest in, I'll talk about the 7 L.E. Gray as well for Dave Fox. He's got a few in here. I felt maybe she could run on a little bit and get a piece of this.
I don't blame you. And if you're playing pick 4, pick 5s, he's got 2 in the race. You don't want to get beat with the other one. I mean, we're
like that.
gambling here. Yeah, if you're going to take one and not the other, you got to take them both unless you're just going a complete different direction.
Yeah,
I think.
I tend to agree with that. Graytana's favored in here. I don't have any major knocks on her. This is
No.
so much tougher now. No knocks on Joe Orsino either, who's got 2,000 career wins, but
Right.
Ruben Sierra has set the bar pretty high this year.
did.
Going to be tough to improve off him.
Yeah, 2 wins in a row, too. You know, at this level, not my favorite.
No, and I'll give her credit. She won for 12-5, and then she wins right back after breaking her maiden, but this is a much stronger group.
Yeah,
in
I was
here.
against her when she won for 20, and she was bet like,
Yeah.
I missed the memo. I think you did, too.
I totally did.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Totally. She was
confusing.
2-5 last time.
Yeah, that was...
To her credit, she won like she was 2-5
She
last
did.
time. Late pick 5 time in race number 5. These are state bred 2-year-old fillies here. We're going 7 furlongs on the main track. We saw the brother race yesterday in there, and I don't think we're gonna use that as a key race going forward, but
No.
that remains to be seen. Scratch the 3, scratch the 7, scratch the 8 out of here. We'll take a look at that late pick 5 ticket from Samantha now.
Yes, $54 for me. You can see I don't have an extremely strong opinion towards the end of the card. We'll get to this race in just a second. Race number 6, the 2. I'd scratch into the 2, actually, Bella Muir. I lost my top pick out of that. Would take the podium. It's a big scratch. Race 7, the 6 on top for me. That is David's Rose. But this is a really tough race. Yeah, well, we'll get to it in a bit. Race number 8, another one that could be super problematic, but for me on top, the number 7, Brooklyn Strong. I'm excited to see this horse back here today. And in race number 9, the one on top for me, Lost City. $54.
$54, a lot like my rainbow. Let's just run the replay now because
There's a lot going on.
A lot going on here. La Mirada's going to run second. Miss Saley's going to run third, and Dancing and Dixie, who's down inside, is going to run fourth. I thought Dancing and Dixie, she didn't run the best race, but she had to do the most work. She's been on the hard chase the entire way. Arundel and Mish wire this field,
Yep.
and I thought she ran better than it looks. Good job here, boys. Thank you, Robles, and the group up there. Here's La Mirada coming into your picture.
Ooh, okay, look at this move here. Super wide, was nowhere to be seen, switches her lead, gets kind of, starts lugging in just a little bit. This was a very, very professional effort by her. She ends up finishing second. She was never going to catch missed. You don't see 2-year-olds run this way. You don't. That professional, at least. And, well, go ahead.
No, I agree. I just kind of thought she passed a lot of drunken soldiers in the lane. Those horses were stopping.
Well, one of those drunken soldiers is your top selection, so I would watch it there. That's a bad point to make. But from the beginning, I put my note on this filly from the very first time I saw her was needs longer.
Yeah,
and she's getting it today. Now, I could be wrong. Yesterday, I thought with Halon that was going to be the
he
ticket.
was terrible.
Yeah, in the 7 furlong race. But she's kind of all over the place. She's not a world killer by any means, but I think in a spot like this, at least we know she's got heart, and she can pass horses.
Well, there's no doubt about that. And she's kind of a typical Antonio Sano type of horse, a work in progress. And then, Antonio always takes his time with them. And that was clearly her best race. Dancing and Dixie was a first-time starter.
So she could have some upside.
She could. And 6.5 for a first-time starter is not easy. She got caught chasing miss down in there.
Yeah.
I feel like she's going to move forward. And here's the other worry about your horse, and I agree. She's going to run on late. I don't want to I used her too, okay? So I don't want to see her where she was on the far turn and have to make up 8 lengths. That's problematic.
It could be, but you look at on the other hand of that, you look at the brother race yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's how Squints did it. The
He
Kelly
did.
Breen firster, they all fell apart.
Yeah.
You really start to weed out a little bit of distance horses as you're starting. The 7 furlongs,
Yes.
in my opinion, is a more difficult race to run than if we were going a mile in a 16.
Yeah, the precociousness is now wearing off on September 17th,
Yeah.
and you got to be a real horse. You can't just pop the gate and forget to stop over horses that
Yeah, unless you're just freaky.
Of course,
Which you
yeah.
could be. So.
Yeah, and Miss Saley, no knocks on Miss Saley
No?
either. We both have her in second. I think she's got to be used as well if you're playing a real ticket in
Right.
there, Rainbow and in late 5 and all that stuff. Late pick 4 in race number 6. We're going a mile and a 16th on the Topeta. 3-year-old fillies are 4 and up, which have never won 3 races. The tag is 8. Let's show the replay. I'll tweet the ticket. It's just a run back of the Rainbow. There's nothing going on. But talk about another gang's all here. Look at
my
this.
gosh.
Good job
Wow.
there, boys. Man alive. They probably loved when I sent
You
this
owe
one
them a
over.
drink. Yeah,
right?
jeez.
My goodness. So everybody's here, but it's Katie's Dream Girl, the 8, that is going to basically loop them all. Tapple Cider was my best bet of the
Yeah.
day, and she ran very, very well. Katie's Dream Girl, this is the first time she got back to the Topeta in a while. Billy Torinos had her. I think Marty had her too, Marty Drexler. She's not a win machine. I get that, but this is a good group for her today. She just thumped them all anyway.
She did. This is one of these races, Brian, where you could run it 8 different times and we get a result.
I agree.
have Bella Mura on the rail. I scratch into this horse. I thought she ran really well considering kind of the bobbing and weaving she had to do the whole race. When you look, the 3 finish on the outside of her, and she was the 5. So
Yeah.
Hector Diaz Jr. lands here as well. I think, again, it's all of these coming out of the same race. It's tough to really pin them down.
Nowhere on Katie's Dream Girl?
No?
Out.
Yeah.
Out.
I did. I did.
If we're both picking Cat's That Girl in second, that's pretty obvious that we don't trust this field.
Yeah,
Right?
I think the fact that they're putting her back on the Topeta here is interesting after that just kind of blazing win last time. There was nothing in the race, but
No,
still
she did it
she
the right way.
Yeah, she did it incredibly.
Yeah.
Look at the price on the horse, and it was Jose D'Angelo, so. oof.
Yep, and hey, listen, maybe she got a little confidence now. There's something
Yeah.
to be said for that. She's not like a lifetime loser. She's only run 13 times.
Yeah.
That D'Angelo guy, he kind of knows what he's doing, too.
A little
so,
bit, yeah.
A little bit,
A little
yeah.
bit.
So late pick 3 in race number 7. We'll go 5 furlongs on the Topeta. It's a starter, optional claimer, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. The top 4 finishers, we'll show this one to you again because the top
What a
4
race.
finishers, right, in the August 20th race are all back here. Lily Bear, David's Rose, Big Band Louisiane, and here's Rapturous as well.
I love David's Rose today. Lily Bear, I have her as well. She ran so hard last time, and she's been able to pair wins on the Topeta before. David's Rose, I think it's her time. Maybe.
She's okay. There's no doubt about it. I'd probably beat up Lily Bear a little bit too much. I mean, she's won 3 out of 4. I thought she had to work way too hard at odds on 3 starts back. She's very, very game here.
She is. And look at David's Rose. Sorry, just to put
yeah.
that in. Yeah, that was.
She's very game. David's Rose is okay. I like her speed. Eddie Plisa Jr. As well. She's got a lot of try in her, too.
She does, but the 2 things that these fillies are doing now is that race was 5.5, and now they're 5.
Right.
So Lily Bear might have a little bit of an advantage here because you see David's Rose, it's almost like she needs the 6.
Yeah, and Lily Bear's outside, too. I think
Yeah.
that's good for her. I didn't pick any of them. Because
Oh my gosh.
you've heard me. I mean, when they all hit the line
I get
together.
it. I know, yeah. And on the Topeta, it's hard.
It is. So Lovin' Makes Sense is the new face, and she's run very, very well in her last few starts. She's going to need a little pace help. I get that, but I do think they're going to be a compact group here going the 5, and she's going to be she should be a square price in here too.
Well, you're going to need one because she just, in my opinion, just doesn't fit with this group.
No,
No.
doesn't class up with them.
No, and I could be
Okay.
wrong, and I'll take it, and I will give you the golf clap. But I just think that David's Rose and Lily Bear are just a little cut above.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I'm trying to be a little clever. I don't know that. I don't like that race for some reason. Maybe I don't know. And it's like what you always say. They just take turns.
They
and
do, yeah.
Whose turn is it today? The feature's a good one. We'll go 1 mile and 70 on the Topeta here. 3-year-olds are it's an optional claimer. We do scratch the 2 out of here, Boca Boy. And you're going with Brooklyn Strong.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, he has been a long time between drinks for Brooklyn Strong. When's the last win? I don't see it.
Nope, it's not there. But here's the thing about him. I remember the first day he ran on the Topeta here at Gulfstream Park during the championship meet. I remember seeing him in the paddock and thinking, This horse is going to love the Tapeta. Seriously. Third place. So excited. When he came back, my best bet of the day was him. He didn't really run that well, which is fine because this happens on the Tapeta. They ran him way over his head last out. I get it. There's been some time off now for this horse. I think he really likes the Tapeta. This is a much softer group than he was facing at the championship meet. Look at Carruthers.
Well, Carruthers, if you're not familiar with him, he went up to Woodbine, ran in graded stakes races.
Exactly.
He's super good.
Super good. We get Lionel Reyes in the saddle. I understand he's up against it. Victor Barboza, did he have 4 wins yesterday?
He did.
Or
Victor.
three or
Three.
four? Three. So, there you go.
Yeah, 2021's the last time he
It was a long time ago.
got a picture taken.
But
That's all.
Long Range Toddy, who was
Yeah,
now in
your
the
old buddy.
barn with Victor Barboza, hadn't won since 2019. Now, a little different circumstance,
Sure.
different surface, different type of horse, but still.
Yeah.
Sharp dude.
He was the last horse. This probably bodes well for you because he's the last horse on my tickets I took out because I said,
Which is the one that beat you.
Yeah, but I'm admittedly, we talked about this yesterday all the time. It has been happening lately. I'm very hard-headed. I got to see a win on your page. It's been so long for him. Let's take a look at Kygo, okay? Because he's a lot like Brooklyn Strong in that the last time we saw him, he was running during the on Tapeta. He was running during the championship meet. Yamato was and is so good.
Yes.
And he wins right back. But Kygo, the one here, and watch him in behind. He does not have a clear go of it here for Liz Dobles. And you see the imaginary silks of John, and John gets Sunday off with the Eagles winning on Thursday. This was not a clear run for him. And I'm not going to tell you he was going to win. He was not, but he was going to be closer. This, to me, Samantha, and it's very much like what you're doing with Brooklyn Strong, he's a very interesting, we'll call him a newcomer or an old, fresh new face.
Yeah, I like that
You like
old,
that? That's
fresh
pretty
new
good.
face. Yeah, that's a good one. I think it's way too sharp for him.
Okay.
I put him in because I know in my ticket because I think that you can be really especially when I had a scratch. I originally didn't have him in, but I scratched my third place pick, so I added him because I trust your opinion.
Thank you.
But I think it's too sharp.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Well, that was a mile and a 16th pace. Well, it was a little farther, so.
A little bit, but look, his best races, I think they were, his last win was a mile and an eighth at Churchill last year.
Yeah. And oh, by the way, Volcanic's in here, and they all have to beat him.
Volcanic, he just wakes up and decides what he wants to do for that day. He's such an interesting horse to me. He's so nonchalant with the way he runs, and he's just like, okay, I'm going to win by 5 today.
He's 3 for 4 on the Tapeta, so.
And he's found his level. I mean, he's
Probably
done
not
it
your
really
friend.
well.
Yeah, he
No,
has.
yeah.
And Mark and the team, Mark Cassie and then the team here has done a really good job with him.
Very good.
It's pretty obvious and clear that he's found a new lease on life on the Tapeta.
He has.
Very good.
He is, and what a goofy horse he is, really. I mean, when you just watch him down the lane, it's just like you don't really know what he's going to do. They put blinkers on him 2 starts back, and he was one, if he ever needed him, he was a horse that got him. And I thought the race 2 starts back, first time blinkers for sure, and he just.
That was a race he lost.
That was, it was, but then he came back to win. So.
Yep. 3 out of 4 on the Tapeta. Race number 9, we'll wrap it up here. 5.5 on the Tapeta. These are 12-5 maiden claimers. These are 3-year-olds and up. We do scratch out the 2, Good Bump, and we scratch out the 6, Anthony's Rocket. Neither of them helped me or you, for that matter, because they had no speed at all, but Lost City has a lot of it. Oh, we can show the replay real quick, because Lost City and Sergeant Sinatra ran against each other, and this is Lost City down inside. I mean, I know he was 3 to 5. I get it, but he's taking all the worst of it here.
He is.
Right? While Sergeant Sinatra is hitting the dream 3-wide kind of garden trip stalking trip, and I mean, to me, that's why he beat Lost City, but I'm all Lost City today.
And what is just so funny about this race to me is the 2 Can't Be Broken was the one that won the race.
Right.
Oh, for 36 or for
Something to be said
32
for
or Sergeant Sinatra tried really hard, which I like with Michael Yates, and has actually run since then.
Yep.
Since that Lost City race, and ran quite well. So read into that what you will. I don't.
He did.
No Las Olas for you this time. What?
Yeah,
It's your
I don't
long
know.
shot, and he scratched last week.
Yeah, but I think this is a tough spot because, just quickly back to Lost City. We've talked about this. Victor Barboza off the claim in and of itself is about 33%.
Yeah.
You get him with a speed horse, and they are dynamite, and I just don't see anybody running with Lost City. Lost Solus is fine, but we're starting to run into now a lack of tactical speed. It's a big problem on the Tapeta.
It is, but this is also a big drop.
Yeah.
I mean, you were the one that
Yeah.
you kind of put me on this horse a little bit, and Lionel Reyes is aboard. I put him on my ticket.
Yeah, I mean, he's not impossible. He might need a little bit of a meltdown. And maybe, Sergeant Sinatra's outside Lost City. I don't think he can run with him early, but maybe he chases him enough. Miro's got a little bit of speed as well, so maybe it sets it up a little bit for Los Olas.
It could.
All right, lightning round time. And we'll backtrack because the Bears' Den was run yesterday in Armstrong. Hat trick. Did you know what the hat trick was?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Been in racing a little bit.
What's a hockey term?
Oh, well, I just thought it. I did not know that. I thought it was a racing term, so there you go. I thought the whole time it was when somebody wins 3 in racing.
Okay.
There you go. So,
All right.
Armstrong, never in doubt.
No, he was. He's good. He's 3
He is
for
good.
3 on the Tapeta. Jose and the team, Jose D'Angelo, have done such a good job with him. I was irritated that I didn't bet him. I thought 7 to 5 was a gift on this horse. He's good.
He is, and he's found his specialty,
His
I
niche,
think.
yeah.
And that could be a good thing or a bad thing for the connections because I think you probably should leave him here in South Florida.
Yeah, I mean they tried him.
They tried him on the dirt. They tried him on the turf.
Graded stakes, right, at
Yep.
Belmont, or-
And I just think that this is going to be his spot. And
Yeah.
there's some races, some stake races on the Tapeta. And
Plenty of
keep-
spots, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna make a lot of money for them.
Yes.
Best bet for you?
It is Yamarada, my singles. and
Oh,
my
that's
ticket,
right.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, I'm all the way in race number 9 with
Lost City.
Lost City to the hoop down inside.
Trying to make it 2 in a row with the nightcap
Yep.
and the one horse.
And the
Ooh.
one horse, you're right. And
Yeah.
on the lead too, by the way.
Oof.
Long shot.
It is How About Dat in the 3rd.
All right, no long shot for me. Scratched out Peach Cobbler. We mentioned yesterday, but we're going to mention it again, and you're going to hear it many times. Championship meet is closing in December 1st. We announced that. We showed you Forte winning the Curlin Florida Derby yesterday, and this is Art Collector in the Pegasus.
15-1
Yeah.
winner. Was very impressive. It was a very exciting and successful racing day. This race has actually turned out to be all right. Look, you got White Abario in the back who's
Yeah.
on to the Breeders' Cup.
Breeders'
Classic
Cup
now.
Classic.
Art Collector was so cool. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
we don't have him around anymore. I think that the Pegasus will be a really... I'm so excited for the championship meet because I think that sometimes we forget how productive it was.
Oh, yeah,
With
without a doubt.
so many... Just horse after horse, and not even in these big feature races, like up to the mark.
Yeah.
A really solid
point.
turf runner for Todd Pletcher. I mean, all these horses have just come through here and done really great things, and they've all been right behind us. So really fun to watch. And December 1st.
2 Triple Crown race winners,
Yeah.
a Travers winner as well for, of course, Jenna Antonucci. So that's it. We shorted Pete yesterday. We'll send it up to him now, and happy to have you aboard on a Sunday here at Gulfstream Park.